Hello, welcome to Kids Rose Picks Week 3. It's 3:30 in the morning right now. I'm kind of sleepy, but I'm going to get through with this really quick. As usual, before I begin, I'm going to talk about the Jets and the great victory we had last week over the Pats. Amazing, just like I said, it was a must-win game for us. Came through. Sanchez was actually let loose, delivered. Defense held up against Tom Brady in the second half. Amazing game overall. Congrats to my Jets. Hopefully they'll keep it going against Dolphins this Sunday night. With that being said, let's jump into Week 3 picks. First game we have the Tennessee at New York Giants. Chris Johnson was shut down by the Pittsburgh defense last week. I don't see that happening again. I think he will run all over the Giants. Giants look terrible against the Colts, and I don't think this is a year where the Giants will be any good. So Tennessee over the Giants. Next game we have Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh is going with their fourth-string quarterback in Charlie Batch. Tampa Bay has Josh Freeman, who's looking pretty solid so far. But the way Pittsburgh's defense is playing right now, it's kind of impossible to beat them. You can only imagine it's going to get pretty sick when Ben Roethlisberger comes back to that team. So Pittsburgh all over Tampa Bay in this game. Cincinnati at Carolina, Jimmy Clausen's first start. It's a rough one because Bengals defense is actually really good, and I think Carson Palmer will have a good game. This might be his breakout game, but no, we'll see. I think Cincinnati over Carolina. Then we have Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore's offense is looking very sluggish. I think they need to pick it up, but I don't see Cleveland being any good either. So I think Baltimore, this is their time to wake up, and hopefully they will. Baltimore over Cleveland. Then we have a really good game for this week. Dallas at Houston. Battle for Texas. I think Texans are going to have an amazing season. They might even win that division over the Colts. If not, they'll at least have the fifth spot blocked in the wild card. And I think their aerial assault is going to continue. Andre Johnson, Kevin Walter, Owen Daniels, everybody's going to start catching again. And I think they'll beat Dallas. Dallas will be an 0-3 team. That's the way I see it, but I really think so. Houston over Dallas. Then we have San Francisco, Kansas City. 49ers coming off a huge disappointing loss against the world champs, the Saints. And I think they're pretty damn good. You know, I think they're the best 0-2 team right now. And they're going to go to Kansas City at Arrowhead and beat the 2-0 Chiefs. Next, we have Detroit, Minnesota. Detroit is an amazing story to me. They have such a good team, but they just don't have finishers. They have every game on their hands. They never they never give up in any game, but yet they still find a way to lose. It's pretty disheartening. Minnesota, they need a receiver. Favre, I don't blame him the way he's playing. It's just that he needs a receiver. Shenko can't do it all for him. And this will be a tight game, but I'm picking Minnesota over Detroit. Then we have Buffalo and New England. I expect Tom Brady to take out all of his frustration from the Jets at Buffalo, especially with the fact that Buffalo never won at Gillette Stadium. And I don't see that happening this week either. So Tom Brady and the Pats all over Buffalo. Then we have Atlanta at New Orleans. Good division game right here. This will be it has possibilities of being a shootout, and I see New Orleans coming on top. Washington at St. Louis. Washington coming off a disappointing loss against the Texans in overtime. I think they'll have a good game again, and they'll beat the St. Louis Rams. Next we have Philadelphia at Jacksonville. Michael Vick is starting, which I think is an amazing move by Andy Reid. And I think he will keep it going. I think he has something to prove. And this year, he might just put up a lot shocking numbers. And if you're in a fantasy league and he's out there, I would suggest you pick him up. He'll give you a lot of points. Philadelphia over Jacksonville. Oakland and Arizona. This game is probably the only boring game of the week to me because both teams are very sluggish. You don't know what you're going to get out of them in week in and week out. Bruce Gronkowski is taking over for Jason Campbell. Derek Anderson is still the QB. Cardinals defense, I thought they'd be good, but they really let me down last week against the Falcons. But I'll take Arizona at home regardless. San Diego at Seattle. Seattle, I picked them to win last week, but no. Matt Hasselbeck wasn't so good, and I guess they're just going to be up and down team the whole year. I think San Diego's going to win it. I think they're going to win it big, although Questville's a tough place to play. Then we have Indianapolis at Denver, coming off a huge win against his little brother. Peyton is gonna smash the Denver Broncos as well. I think he's gonna have a monster year again, and they're gonna put up 4 or 5 touchdowns in this game. Indy all over Denver. I'm gonna get into that. And then we jump into the Monday night game, Green Bay at Chicago. This is gonna be a good game. Chicago's a surprising 2-0 team. Green Bay is, I think Green Bay is the only team that's actually meeting the expectations from the off-season talks and everything. And I think they're going to keep it going. Although game is at Chicago, but I expect Green Bay to come out on top. Good post game. And, I pick Rodgers over Cutler in this one. So Green Bay beats Chicago. Then we jump in back to Sunday night game, and where the Jets take on the Dolphins at Miami. And this will be a hard game, especially the fact that Braylon Edwards, I don't know how much playing time he'll get with that whole DWI incident. Revis is out, Calvin Pace is out, Nick Mangold is hurting, Jason Taylor is hurting. But I think this will be a ground and pound game for both teams. I don't think any of the teams will try to go on an air attack. I see the Jets winning in a very tight game. I say 17-14. It's going to be a defensive struggle. Miami's defense is pretty good. It's underrated, but Miami's offense hasn't really shown me anything yet. I really do hope they don't show me it on Sunday night either. But yeah, it'll be a great game. It'll be fun to watch. It's Jets-Dolphins rivalry, always good TV. Pick the Jets over Dolphins. So with that being said, that's all for week 3 picks. Post comments, let me know what you think. Let me know about your picks, and go Jets. See you next time.